So why am I doing this series on the Alex Jones show? It seems a little out of context to some people, right? Because we're talking about consciousness and harmony and peace and spiritual things and stuff like that. And I just want to let you know that it's possible, and actually it's a good balance to be aware of your surroundings, aware of what's going on in the world, and have a place, a context to apply what you're learning about your own consciousness. And if you want harmony, rather than withdraw, into a cave somewhere, which does have its place, but to be in the cave of the world and apply it out here, that's a whole different thing. And your lessons get pretty intense that way, and which is okay, because we learn a lot quickly. And Alex has been providing a great service to humanity for more than 20 years. I've been following his work for about 18 of those, talked to him a few times, just benefiting from his courage and informed historical knowledge, and which is quite amazing in scope. And now Alex is under attack very intently. His life is threatened, his family is threatened, he needs support. He's probably only targeted second to Donald Trump, and that's a whole other story in itself. So I feel like it's time for those of us that have been benefiting from the great work that he's done to step up and support him. I don't have money to give him, but I can give him some acknowledgement and referral, and let you know that if you need a good news source to tell you what's going on in the country and the world, honestly, courageously, not without any mistakes ever, but he corrects them in the few times that he does make them. And besides, we're all learning every day. We all have faults and a lot of past mistakes in every one of our lives, and that's not the focus. That's not the reason to condemn anybody. It's really a person's current intent and what we can do to improve our lives and put them to some kind of use in the world, regardless of what mistakes we've made before. And Alex is admitting and correcting mistakes when he makes them, but his motive is healing the world like ours is at Lost Arts Radio. So now I noticed yesterday he's really getting into the 5G issue, which is great. He's going to bring it to the attention of millions of people, what it really is. We'll talk more about that soon. Also, yesterday's show, obviously these commentaries on Alex's show can't be about everything he talks about. For that, you have to go watch his show on InfoWars. But we'll pick little items that he brings up and comment on those to add some perspective and depth for the people that are our listeners, and also for Alex's listeners too, to share information with all of them and with Alex. So yesterday included interesting piece by Owen Schroyer, several actually, but one of them, he was at the NRA convention, and I really like to look at helping out people that are being unfairly attacked. NRA is being demonized when they've done a lot of good, and including arming the black people who were under attack in the 60s and things like that. It's called the oldest civil rights organization in the country. Many of us who are after peace and harmony and that sort of thing, and we really are, we don't understand this issue. We think, well, if guns are just made illegal, then gun violence will stop, right? I mean, it's that simple. But, and corporate media tells us that that's true every day. And just that should make us question it. Because you know who the owners of the mainstream media are and what their agenda is, hopefully. You've been listening to us for a while. And to Alex. So, one thing about the corporate media and the government agencies that work with them, they don't want us to remember our history. And not just in America, but worldwide, many brutal dictators killed their own people in the 20th century. About 262 million of them were murdered by their own governments. We're not talking about war. We're just talking, people think Hitler was the only brutal dictator who killed his own people. No, that's not true. Yeah, Hitler killed millions of Jews and about 20 million Russians and a lot of other people too, many Americans that were fighting over there. But all of these dictators, not just Hitler, but all the other ones, they used gun control to disarm the people first so that they could much more easily and efficiently do whatever they wanted to us. And but what about violence by private citizens? Does it go down when gun control gets tighter? Well, actually, just the opposite. And if you need examples, which Alex talks about all the time, you can look at Chicago, other major cities where they have tight gun control. Look at the whole country of Mexico, where guns are essentially illegal, and Brazil. And Brazil is really in a mess now. They're trying to get their gun rights back, actually. So outlawing guns means just the people that don't care about the laws have the guns, and the governments have the guns, who have a very poor track record of what they do to their citizens. So it's not a good idea at all. And the American Bill of Rights, people who wrote that recognize this for gun rights, free speech, and all the important things. But it's not the Constitution's bills of rights and things like that. Those are not the source of the rights, because if they were, you just repeal those and then you have no more rights. That's the kind of thing the United Nations would do. But the founders of the US said that the rights come from God. They said that in the Declaration of Independence. And so they're permanent, irrevocable, unalienable, as they call them. They can't ever be taken away, even if you make them all illegal. So bottom line, for education and news of world events, incredible historical perspective, watch Infowars.com. And if you want to go deeper into what you can actually do for your own health, forbidden information on health that you're not supposed to know, you're supposed to be addicted to all the medical drugs. If you want to know that there's a natural alternative, yeah, Alex's supplements that he sells are great, but there's more. There's details of everyday lifestyle, which are really the missing link to getting your health back, overcoming supposedly incurable diseases, overcoming most of what is supposed to happen to you from aging. It's totally not necessary and reversible for the most part. If you want to start becoming self-aware what your own consciousness can really do, then you want those powerful tools to heal the world. Check out lostartsradio.com/club. That's lost, L-O-S-T, arts, A-R-T-S, radio.com/club, C-L-U-B, and see what we're doing on Saturday nights to actually put these things into practice. If you're brave and ready to do that, it's not about violence, guys. It's about much harder work than that, but it feels really good to do it, and it opens up options that you never imagined you had, at least not for a long time. I want to share it with you, so meet me there Saturday night. lostartsradio.com/club teaches you how to get in. Go there first. Go there now and find out about it. And watch Infowars for news. And I'll meet you over at lostartsradio.com/club. Talk to you soon.